right? I mean, boom, 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 and he finds his way to the end zone. Terrific play.
It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Eagles will take over here in just a second on offense. And Charles, as you look back to the Super Bowl title run that they just had, what were some of the moves that made that possible?
I'll keep it on the offensive side of the ball because I thought their front office did a fantastic job of having answers in case things happen. Carson Wentz goes out. Well, they had signed Nick Foles to back him up. That worked out pretty well. Getting Alshon Jeffrey as a weapon outside to help them in the passing game. Darren Sproles gets hurt at running back. Corey Clement was signed as an undrafted free agent. He filled in well, and they traded for Jay Ajayi. And how about Jason Peters losing the all-world left tackle? And Halapoulivaati Vaitai, who they drafted the year before, filled in quite capably. They had answers for everything they needed.
Foul blown. And he stopped immediately there. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Super Bowl 52 after this. A reminder coming up at the intermission. We'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Larry Ridley and the crew in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. Here's Ajayi. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 15. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. But before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Danny Amendola, that was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Brady. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. And I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
The defense helps the offense out there. Now 5 yards to go on first down. Here's Foles. Screen pass to Blunt. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
They'll drop to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and it's 3rd and short.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So these two teams will head back to their respective locker rooms here in Super Bowl 52 from Minnesota, as we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
Thanks, guys. We'll get back to you soon for the second half of this tied ball game. But first, let's look back now at this first half of play. As we look at the numbers, the only thing that really matters is that we've got a tie game. We'll have another half here to figure out who can come out on top. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Patriots have it midway through the second. We get a scramble and completion here, and this long run goes for a touchdown, as that'll tie the score at 7-all. 3rd down from the 37. Butler's got to get to the quarterback.
I know when I joke about you guys skipping halftime, sometimes you get frustrated, but this is the Super Bowl. You got to watch the halftime show of the Super Bowl. All right, let's get you to the 3rd quarter. Danny Amendola on the return. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Brady finding some room at midfield. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.